Good morning, trading community. Happy Tuesday. Let's go, London session. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, it was quite a day yesterday. It was
Good morning, trading community. Happy Tuesday.
Let's go, London. There we go. Still having some, still need to improve those little things. I just started this channel, obviously, last week, and just going along the way. Want to improve the setup and sounds and things like that. So that's part of the whole journey, right? Okay, let's get into it. Here we go. Hope everyone's doing well. How's everyone been doing yesterday? So I use time a lot, right? And yesterday, let me just go back to yesterday. And let me make it a 5-minute chart. Just want to show something that really helped me trade the afternoon session. So this gray one, this gray yellow line, that was the first presented fair value gap of, let me show you, the opening, the 6 p.m. opening, and just like ICT taught us to use the first presented fair value gap in the AM session, you can literally use them any session. So in Asia, London, PM, AM session. So I've got 4 of them. And it became clear to me when we hit the afternoon session that we were going back up into this Asia session because it has never been retested. You can see here, it created a fair value gap at 2 Eastern in the London session, and it just didn't go back. And at some point, we didn't get back into the in that level until 4 o'clock. It happened after, but we still had this level here as well, right? So this is also one of the first presented fair value gaps. So this one was the one that we had in the morning. Here you go. Friday ones. This was Fridays. And yeah, so for me, it was quite clear in the afternoon that we were going up. Now, I had some issues with with YouTube. I was broadcasting and suddenly YouTube turned black. I had no idea, so I had to cut the stream short. But I did mention it on the stream. Like, I'm sure we're heading this way now. And let's see, where did we end at 4 o'clock? This is the settlement price here. And we just tapped a little bit higher. So yeah, not easy price action though, very low resistance, and it wasn't really nice to be honest, but yeah, still doable. Still doable. Now let's get into today's session, London. So yesterday I missed that 2 o'clock move. That was sort of like I started a little bit later and I was setting up the stream, and I missed that nice 2 o'clock. So I decided to move the time a little bit earlier. I just started, so I don't have any giveaways, not at this moment. I just want to focus on content and creating a community and delivering value, connecting to other traders. So growing and just, yeah, improving along the way. So bear with me. There might be some little technical things that I want to improve, and but that will come in due time. Now I'm just focusing on content and just going live and just doing what I always do. Analyzing and just trade and yeah, have fun at the same time and hopefully connect as well with the other traders. So higher time frame, I'm still bearish for now, maybe very short term. Just go over this one here. I'm thinking one of the possibilities that I'm thinking of is that we might have a Tuesday low in the weekly profile and then head back up, or we go much lower. But for today, as it's being Tuesday, I wouldn't be surprised if we create a Tuesday low, either during London or in the AM session. Let me show you what I measured here. That was, I believe, the 4 hour. Yes. So what I measured here was a 4-hour wick. It's this wick that you see right over here. You see? This wick. And there's also a little gap in here just before the event horizon. So I always have the event horizon and the NWOGs on my chart, especially Monday and Tuesday. I call it ping pong Monday, ping pong Tuesday. If we ping pong between the NWOGs, specifically on Monday, and if we haven't done that on Monday, it will happen on Tuesday. You'll definitely see levels going into NWOGs or event horizons and bounce between them if we have an inside day. Yesterday we sort of did, but it wasn't really clear to as it normally was. So I'm keeping my eye on those levels as well, and I always use them in Monday and Tuesdays to make sure that it's the model I use. So if it hits one of those levels and we're having an inside day, you can really navigate your trades in between those two in between those levels. But anyway, for now, so this big wick, I just want to have an eye on that, and especially this 25% level is in this gap. And price always tends to navigate back to old gaps, right? So I'm holding an eye on this level as well. If we're going further down, we're still making our way back into this order block then. This could be a potential breaker. If price goes below this one, closes, we have a new bearish breaker. So I'm also keeping an eye on that. I'm keeping this chart a little bit clean because I have a lot on my chart, and I know I'm trying to find a way to make it more clear for everyone because I just use a lot of data and time things on my chart, so I have to improve that as well for the viewers to make it more clear and just more easy to follow, I guess, because this is there's a lot on here, right? Yeah, I would like some feedback on that. People who find that annoying or who prefer things on the chart that are useful or just not, and just talk about them, because yeah, I can imagine if you don't know what it is, it can be difficult. So this is my DTT, digital time theory chart. Uses root candles. All credit goes to Anar and Nine. They created this indicator, and I always use it because it really helps me navigate through the charts. So this is intraday. So this, and I also have one on the weekly and one for the yearly. Yeah, I'll show that at some time, but I just don't want to swap around the charts too much. And let's see if we can maybe even find a trade for London session, because that's what we're here for, right? To trade and to analyze for the AM session and get ready for the rest of the day. But preferably, we also want to have a trade already done in London. Yeah, yesterday's trade at 2 a.m. Oh, that was so beautiful. But then again, it just needed to be at the top. It was hard to get in at the later stage, to be honest. So, yeah. Let's see. So this is the AMRP minus level, and this is AMRP plus, right? So we hit both levels already. So we moved from AMRP plus to AMRP minus. So that tells me that this range in this time cycle until 3 o'clock, there's not really much to do because, we have already moved from one AMRP level to another AMRP level, and AMRP levels are projected or possible moves that it can make. So this has played out already. So we're just going to wait, see how price reacts, and wait for the next model. This would have been a nice trade, right? So you have a retest into this root candle, the 2144 candle, and then you have a nice move into the lower AMRP level. Then we get a retest of the NWOG. It did not touch did we touch the, let's go to the lower time frame, because So these are the first presented fair value gaps. The green one was yesterday's PM session. This one was yesterday's London, and this one was Asia. So they all stack together, right? So that there's also an indication, as you can see, a lot of chop. That was yesterday. Let's see what happens now. And again, the yesterday's 10 o'clock, and also I used that time. As you can see, it's a rejection there as well. And root candle 008. I'm not getting into a trade. It's just to I just don't have I want large distribution moves, so I'm just waiting for a low that I can really get into. It would have been a good trade though if you look at it. It's in a fair value gap though, so it could be a valid trade, but it's not a macro time either. So just sitting on my hands for now. For now, and we seem to be at the bottom of the Just come to the 5 minutes for now. When I trade, it will be 1 minute or even 30 seconds. I might go to another chart even to make it more clear. I would love to chat with someone. Make yourself known if you're here. I would love to chat with fellow London traders. What are you doing? What are you looking at? How do you trade? Do you trade time or look at price only? Now, these purple lines. I should delete them for now. My drawings. Yeah, let me just hide them for now. Just want to know. Now those purple lines are the 1202 that I extend, because I have been backtesting that level, and that level has given me so much insight as a roadmap or price, especially if we run down. It always tends to navigate to those levels. It's something that I just started noticing, and so I just basically always extend them. I also extend the first presented fair value gaps on another chart. That's really my monthly. Yeah, so I don't want to make it too confusing. So this is the NQ1, so this is the continuous contract, because this indicator, the DTT indicator, only works because there's a lot of data it needs to process. I have to use the continuous contract, and then on another tab I use the monthly contract, and I go more in depth with even more data. So that's where I really trade the lower time frame, and that's where I find my precise entries. But when I do analysis and when I'm still like in the beginning of the day, like now, still looking at price, what's going on, and not having started trading yet, I always go to the continuous on the 5 minute, and then once I'm really getting into the groove, I go in the lower time frame. Yeah. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to sleep, because I love trading. I think in Asia there could be nice movements as well, right? So look at this one here. Go into this one, you have a nice move up, takes out liquidity, and then you have all this move down, going into this AMRP zone, and then all the way to the AMRP zone. Would have been a nice trade. Let me go to the 1 minute. So I see where it would have been a nice entry. We've changed the state of delivery right over here. We retested these levels here. Again, This would have been a confirmation for me. Retest of the, you can see here this one, retest of the Asia Open, retest of the daily open of yesterday, and then changing the state of delivery. So multiple confluence, we're in a macro 23, 29. Yeah, technically, I don't know if Hydra came up with those, the 20 past the hour until 40 past the hour. So it tends to run. It doesn't take out liquidity most of the time. It's just running. The continuation model. AMRP high plus level. Yeah, that would have been a nice trade. The only thing, I'm just wondering if I would have waited for this move down and waiting for the retest, and it didn't really come, right? So it would have been a market order in and just run down. I'm not sure if I would have taken it, especially I don't trade that time. So, but it looks pretty obvious if you look at it. But that's always in hindsight, right? So we don't do that in hindsight. I don't think I would have. I think I'm lying if I would say I would have taken it. I don't think I would have, because I would still. I also could make the point that it could go higher. Check out this level here, weekly open. Yeah, no. Okay, no. That was a hindsight analysis. we disregard that. I'm not sure if I would have taken it. Just missing, yeah. Okay, here we go. Now let's see. Let's see. So now we're in the midnight first presented fair value gap. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles on the hourly to the downside. Let me just go back here. So I'm just trying to figure out if we're going to get some chop or not. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 downside. We took out this low here, so we took out some internal liquidity. Yeah. We're gonna get some chop now. Okay, so it hit the purple box, and the purple boxes as well is also in a bearish fair value gap. We could also make a inversion fair value gap. It's respecting it so far. I'm just trying to gauge if we are having our move down in this London session. Okay, I want to show you something else. I have to figure out how to do that without. Let me do that. You see that works. Here we go. So this is the weekly time DTT, and I want to point out this root candle. So that is the Monday's 11th August root candle, the weekly. And you can see we're just bumping into that weekly. Question is, how long are we going to consolidate in this area? And you can also tell in this area here we had consolidation. And what tends to happen on the higher time frame as well, you see that if you have consolidation in this area and we are back in this area, you can expect the same thing to happen. Now we did have some consolidation here, right, already. That was Monday. That was yesterday's price action. So we did have it already. But if you look at this level here, how many days did we have it? Monday. Okay, also Monday. Okay, that was the whole of Monday. So, okay, that could be a good indication that we are going to run lower. And we had our level of chop already on Monday. So that's always interesting. You always have to look at the left. Always look what happened, and when you see chop there, you can expect it as well. And it was on Monday, and we had it on Monday as well. So that's also very important time-wise. Things go back. It's time. It's cycles, and there's always a logic into it. So from Monday to Monday, now what happened on Tuesday? On Monday we went down, Tuesday we went up. You see this candle here, Tuesday? We're going to make our way into this Tuesday candle. Are we going down into? Is Tuesday going to make the run into this one, into the event horizon? And this is Tuesday as well. Yeah. So Monday we had chop, we had movement in Tuesday. So are we going to get movement on Tuesday again into this beautiful candle? I believe so. I'm very bearish for the short term. And like I said, Tuesday low on the weekly profile, and then we take it from there again, what's going to happen. And after it created a low, then we just look again, we reassess what it's doing. How low is it going? And yeah. And again, it's Jackson Hole. Here we go. I'm going to point out this Jackson Hole Symposium. Day 1 is on Thursday. Day 2 is on Friday. I have very bad, I have it on my notes on my former journaling with a question mark. Jackson Hole Symposium. Why is price action so difficult today? Is it because it's Jackson Hole Symposium? I noticed, I never heard of it before, or I noticed it last year. Obviously it was there already, but I never gave it much attention. And like I said yesterday as well, I read on X, somebody noted Jackson Hole gives a lot of overlap. Treat it as NFP week. So trade Monday to Wednesday and be very careful after Thursday and Friday. We do have beautiful, like red folder news, right? PMI, unemployment claims, but unfortunately this Jackson Hole's all day. So that's a bummer a bit, to be honest. So yeah, let's be careful. I might not trade the PM session on Thursday and skip it because of this. But we'll see. We might just do it just to go over a time price action. Yeah. So let me get back to the other screen. Here we go. Me back. You see how beautifully it reacts from the nice purple box, right? Did it tap in the mid here? No, did not reach it at all. So when I start my trading day, I always have to be a little bit careful. It's sort of like, I have to warm up a little bit and not start going to my minis and big trades straight away. It's always like I have to try to figure out, am I reading the market correctly? Am I feeling it? And so I do tend to start with just a few micros to stab at my first trades. Also, especially in London, it's just it does give a lot of information for the rest of the day. So that's why I like doing these sessions, because it just sometimes, even though if you don't have a trade, it just gives you a lot of intel for the AM session. Yeah, so I just want to get into the habit of doing that, preferably have good trades as well, but otherwise it's just analyzing and just making sure that we have enough data to enter the AM session with a lot of confidence, and just have all the levels sorted and be prepared. So if that's a good thing. Also, I notice when there's no good setup in a session, it will provide one the next session, and you'll be rewarded for just sitting on your hands and not trading. And every time I did go in and chased and I got punished, and then I often see when I journal, like, oh my god, if I just would have waited, it just gave such a good setup. So even consolidation, even if you think about it that way, if you are in consolidation, it should be a good thing. You just have to wait and just accept it and be thankful, because I love accumulation, consolidation now, because what do we get? And if you can see that manipulation move coming, then you're prepared for the distribution move. And you don't take the manipulation move, or you take it as well, that's fine. But once you can identify, okay, this has been a manipulation, now we have the distribution. You typically have a really good risk reward, and you get the large move. So yeah. Now in chop, like yesterday, it could be a little bit hard, but if you got the 2 o'clock move, let's go back to the 2 a.m. Just want to get back to that one, because it was a beautiful move. I regret not having, but things happen, right? Let's go back up. Let me just get rid of the drawings. I don't know why this always happens, that I always have to. Sorry, guys. So, to find a way to do this better and faster. Go. This move. This beautiful move. 157 macro. Retest of that first presented fair value gap of midnight. Here we go. I have to change this color, by the way. It should be gray. Here you go. Boom. Into it. We're in a macro. We're in a fair value gap. And we're also in a wood candle. So this would have been the perfect entry. Change in the state of delivery. Right over here. And what if you missed that move, right? You missed this first move. You get back here. Then you have this nice wick up into this. This is an entry as well. You wick up and you go down, further down, and then it just breaks. Wow. Now where did it go to? What's this red line? I'll show you what the red line is. It's all 10 o'clock. 10 and 4 o'clock. I always mark them on my chart. You'll see a lot on my charts. So these are the root candles. Those orange boxes are automated in the DTT app or indicator. Then I have automated all those first presented fair value gaps. Here, look at this one. Boom, 236 in an old Asia. Boom, down. We go up into an old 1 p.m. root candle. Boom. Here we already retested this, so this is just a retracement. Boom, we go down. And this, I believe I took this one yesterday on stream. Retest. because this is not a retest, right? This is the one that was created in London. All these manipulation moves, they go right into one of those levels. And when you see that, boom, it goes up. Nowadays, I just market order in short. I just go because I know this is the manipulation. It was macro time, 4 o'clock. And look at that. This is the 4 o'clock. We print another manipulation towards it and we go further down. Yeah, but this, I just want to point out that if you have a manipulation move and it goes into one of these levels, you can just take it. But it's not, I didn't tell you that. It's actually a model. I'm actually going to make a model around it, to be honest. Yeah. And look at that here again. This is also a beautiful trade here. 431, boom, up into, and back to the end walk. Breaker. The difficult one of this one is there's no retest of a breaker, but you could take it from the change in state of delivery. This candle here, you can see we had a nice breakthrough, and then you wait for a retest. Boom, and this candle just go up. But you might get nervous because you because of this fair value gap, right? Why would I take this trade to the end wall? Because we're in the lower AMRP level. There you go. This is the upper, lower. We went to the -4. There's no weight. There's a very low probability it will go down further at this moment when you take out so much liquidity. Yeah. Okay, well, that was yesterday's trade. And then we had all this chop, chop, chop. Again. Yeah, so we're consolidating now. We're still in a 1 hour, within the previous 1 hour candle. On top of that root candle on the weekly time frame. I want to go to the 4 hour. So we check the 4 hour candle. So we do have. We might get a good move in the 253.10 macro. Okay, because we got a new 2 hour candle, 2 Eastern. So the open is already below the close. Let's measure the whole candle. And the body, let's see, we go to half. This is exactly half of the body's candle. I just want to see if the price doesn't go over. Let's measure the whole candle. We are in Wick City nowadays, so let's just gouge the whole candle. 759. So if we stay in this purple box here, this rectangle, I would anticipate a short. If we go over that, we are exceeding the midpoint of that 4-hour candle, and then we might turn bullish and maybe go into one of those wicks, which could be a rejection block then at some point, right? So that's how I gauge price now. Let's see if the mid here 753. Okay, well, just take, it sort of coincides with this box. So just let's see what happens if this is like a mini market maker buy model, right? So we have to finalize it, and then we could go down, but could be a higher time frame. So this could be a market maker buy model, but then again, this could be the whole model. Yeah, we just have to wait now. Nothing we can do. Don't want to go into a trade and be stuck in chop. We do not want that. Two, 754. So are we going down first? Or are we going up? Also, look at these flat top candles. Those are magnets for price as well. It's a lack of manipulation. So price tends to go back to those levels, and then have to make them. They just go over them with a wick. So I noted that as well. Because we have a lot of sell side here. We do have a wick here. Still unbalanced, but this looks balanced. Sell side, buy side, sell side. So do we need to go up here? This looks pretty balanced to me. So I could be wrong, but we had sell, buy side, sell side, and a wick. So this would be considered IOFAD, right? Yeah. No trades yet for me. I'm still waiting. Waiting. Look at those equal lows, how beautifully created. We went into the gap. Oh, juicy. There we go. Okay. What time is it? 2:48 Eastern. Just waiting patiently to see if I can frame a nice trade. Oh, that's annoying. Right. This should be not synced. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. 2:49. See if we get any manipulation. I want to wait for the print of the new model, but yeah, look, going up. I'm going to tap into this level here. So that's the presented fair value gap of yesterday's PM session. And then it takes out this liquidity as well, or is this going to be a rejection block? Then we go down from that point. I lean more bearish than bullish for this session, but then again, I could be surprised. We do have a lot of, so still have to need to go to the upside. To see the OTE levels. Yeah, you see, it's going to go up most likely into the. We've got a flat candle here as well. I might enter see if I'm going to go for a long for this, just a short scalp. Well, it's not really a scalp, but still 10 points to be made. I didn't enter the long, but yeah, it's going to go up for now. This is a clear level here. Into this box, into this. Little gap here. I didn't take it. I'm just waiting for the short. But it's a good trade though. I would have taken it to half of the rejection block here. So 760, so right over here, just to be on the safe side. If you're in the fair value gap, but I could go higher. Because we also noticed here, it just didn't tap into the end walk. So it's going to be a nice trade. Yeah, I didn't take it because I'm just looking for a short. So just want to have a good short. So this would have been my trade. I would have been doing it just as a time-based trade. So when I see this move go up, I would just market order in because this was 251 and then up to this level and maybe 255-ish, 256, 8. That's it. And then we'll be out. Okay, so now let's see, is this going to be a rejection block? Or is it going to go higher and grab more liquidity on the upside? We are over, yeah, we're extending over. See, is rejecting there now, or is it going to, is it just a fake move? We seem to be rejecting at the rejection block for now. As you can see, this one here, I measured half of it just to see how it reacts at it. Go. I'll go to the 1 minute just to see how the candles are forming. See, on the 1 minute, the rejection block is a little bit, or the potential rejection block, I have to say, because it might not be a rejection block, right? Okay, here it is 62.50. It just looks like it's going to grab the liquidity because we have a gap here as well. No, the move is too small to take. I'm looking at this gap here. So, and the gap is in the end walk as well, so it would have been, it's a nice trade. There you go. See, I just don't like this price action. For me, it's just, it's not a nice run. I'm just not interested in these moves. And it's such a, the points are just, you know, so you would enter and then you have like, you're even under 10 points and look at the price action. It could reject, it could, so I just skip these moves. Now, if you were in from here, that's worth it. But then again, look, it's just, I don't know, I just don't like it. I try to stay away from this. Just look, watch. So now it's interesting because we are moving into the towards the open of the 4-hour candle. That is at, let's see. Okay, I can get rid of this one here now. 770. So that's right over here. Yeah, we're going to get a nice expansion higher. Gonna move into this. I want 82. Is it worth taking? Yeah. Oh, there we go. We rejected the 930 at the moment. Okay, I'm in a very short long scalp, just up to this level here. And I might leave a runner to 81. See, I knew it was it. I'm stopped out. Got stopped out, and it rejected it at 9:30. Right? It didn't even go. Um, it might still go up. Yeah, I had one that is stopped out and one micro that is still going. So I'm break even now. That's good. Okay. It's a bit. I still think we're going up for now. I'm not done yet with this move. See now, this level comes in play here. AMRP level. Got a nice, beautiful. Come on. Is this a gap here? No. See, I'm just interested in the, I'm sorry, I'm more interested in the shorts. I'm trying to wait for a good entry. Um, I just let the long, if it goes higher, it's fine. Just not interested. Yeah, let's get, I think this is the time to start. I'm just thinking, if we're going to create a 4-hour wick, would this be a good position? Would it be a little bit higher, then go down? Yeah. So you see the AMRP levels are exactly in this area again. So I'm sorry, that was I just hit the mic. There we go. Now, is this a retest of the first percent fair value gap of London? And is it the move down now? Let's have a look. I just have a bearish bias. So, that's something that once I have a bearish bias, I just, it's hard for me now to enter a long. But I just don't think we're just done with that whole move up yet. Yeah, 50%. I'm very interested in this level here, 708. What is this? User checking. Now the question is this a bullish breaker? Is this a retest, or are we going to go down? We're at the midpoint of the AMRP levels as well. We're on AMRP low. Outside macro. This is the breaker. Looking at high, high, low. We closed above it, and now we're retesting it. See? So no entry yet for me. No entry yet for me. Dun, doo, 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 doo. I was talking chop people. We've got chop. It's just a chop fest for now. Just have to be patient. You just have to be patient. Maybe we'll be rewarded for it. We will be rewarded for patience. Always. Let's try to remember that. It helps me a lot just to think of, okay, missing a move or just not being in a trade because you just don't trust it 100%, or either I miss a few confidences. It payouts in the sense of not being stuck in chop and getting a losing trade, and it will come later, the reward. And just being patient is already rewarding, right? Because I mean, that's for me was quite a big challenge. Is a big challenge, I have to say. That's something I'm still working on continuously. Being more patient, being more selective, not just getting in and out. Especially when you had a really good week and you've been doing very well. I get a little bit not arrogant, but just I just tend to start over trading a little bit because I think, oh, I'm doing so well at the moment. I have good profits. So if it's a losing trade, I can still lose some, but it just doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Why would I do that? Why would you do that? Give back money to the market, right? Why would you? So you always call me out on my behavior if I do that. So we don't want any. We only take trades at a high probability. And I was already in doubt with this move up, right? Because even though it's a little move up, I just didn't want to take it. And I took one little stab at it, and it was, it got stopped out here. Why did I take it? Because we had a breaker here. And I thought it was a retest already in this one, but it was not. You see this? Because you have this wick here. We go on the 30 seconds. Let me see. It would have been 30 seconds. Come on. I'll show you why I got confused and why I took the trade. And now I got stopped out. So here, this one is this candle here, this retest. I thought it was a retest, but it was actually, if you look further. So for me, this was already a close above it, right? This was the retest. So I thought this would be the move up, but it went deeper into the breaker before it made this little move up. But you're just talking about, I mean, what are we talking about? It's actually just so stupid. Look at that, just 7 points, or even 8, not even 10, just 10 points. Just, just getting stuck in chop. It doesn't make any sense, and it wasn't a good. I actually didn't really, went over the trade. properly because I sort of maybe already knew. I should have. Normally, what you would do, you would highlight the whole breaker, right? And then you would allow it to work its way through all the way, like it's doing here now. So this is the proper retest of the breaker if it's going to continue upwards. If, but then again. So on the 4 hour, we are approaching the open of the previous one. We are inside the body. We didn't take out the low. I consider this a rejection block here on this 10 o'clock, yesterday 10 o'clock. So we went up and now we're here. We could go into this one. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we could go. Okay. Let's see. 321. Did we retest again on the 322? I'm still waiting, not in a trade anyway, not yet. Oh, now it's going to look interesting. Uh-uh. Yeah, is it going to be a large distribution move or just to the midnight? Not interested if it's just midnight. So looking at this breaker area here. Yeah. You see, it's still not really going. I am for this session more bullish than bearish, but I am bearish for the. I don't know. I think we're going to get a Tuesday low today. I'm just going back into this level here. Look how it matches up with my with the AMRP level. So yeah, created a beautiful equal low here for later. Next session, 3:44. We'll have more information. There we go. You see, it's just not going down yet. It's just not going down yet. You have to be really careful with this price action because it looks like it's very tempting to go short, but it's not a clear short for me yet. We sit on our hands, we wait. 3:44, 4 o'clock. We might have a good one. Might be really clear and nice, good trade. Hello. nobody seems to be interested in those prop traders and just in those free, in those giveaways. And it's something I just don't want to get into. It's just busy with people just wanting free. I just seem to be there just for the giveaways and the free accounts. Okay, going short. Okay, 330. Made a nice move down. So we are below the breaker. We're going into this percentage fair value gap, the midnight one. So let's see if it's going to reject there again. Let's go a little bit further down. There we go. So that would be the 7450, 749. Okay. This good direction. Hello. Hello, my love. You're nice and warm. It's nice and warm outside. Okay. Look, I'm bearish. I mean, I really want to dig deeper into this area here. The question is, when will it make that move? It could still, if we look at the 4-hour candle here, we could still create the 4-hour wick. Still got to 6 o'clock. And then continuation on the 6 o'clock. We've got a nice little gap here in the 3 minutes. Exactly matching up with the midnight first presented fair value gap. So just be patient, guys. Just be patient. There'll be a very good trade. It's just developing itself. So we just printed the first presented fair value gap right here. In the 3 minute, obviously there's one on the 1 minute already, but and where's the 1 minute? Oh, we didn't have any other. Are you kidding me? Well, that's interesting to see. See that? Oh, here it is. Of course it is. We did have a retest already. Here, another one here. So is it a high probability short right now? Not really. Because we're in low AMRP levels already. And could go lower in the next level, but it's just, yeah. It's just not time to run yet. So I took out some liquidity here. It's retested that first presented fair value gap. We do have change in the state of delivery here. We did disregard this. Yeah. And you have to be really careful with this one as well, because you can consider this literally a breaker. High, low, higher. We broke it here and we're retesting it right now. So that's why I'm really careful at the moment. Oh yeah, we're going up already. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just this whole area I can consider the breaker. So and if I look at this right here, this area, which has my interest, 805. Look where that is. Could be the rejection block. So I'm actually long. I think I'm going long after. If we are going over this candle and closing, I'm entering a long and then up to here. So this is a 60-point move. I'm interested in that. There we go. I think I'm going to enter a long. I need a close. I want to close over this body. This is going to be a nice long, guys. Here we go. Stop. And this is going to be my level here. 4R. But I need a close above this that will validate my trade. Then I'm going to take it into this rejection. I'm going to consider this a rejection block. And then I might enter a short. There we go. This is my trade. I want to close. Let's go to the 1 minute. I want to close over this one. So that will invalidate the short, and that will validate the long. And we don't. The stock can go a little bit. Let me see. This one will invalidate it. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm long. And I'm long with 2 contracts. So this is a bigger trade. Yeah, there we go. Now, I expect the move to really start running into the 350 410 macro. So I hope it will reach this area. Actually, it's here. Let me see only 1 minute. On the 3 minute, it was a little bit different. Yeah, I'll bring it down to the 4. Here we go. That's it. This is going to be the trade. I have to adjust it. Here we go. 50-point trade. Let's see if it works out. Let's see if we can get that done. Let's give it half an hour. So I'm also looking at this new, as you can see, this is the new print, right? So that got populated at 342 or 340. The bishop has a range of 55 points on average. So, and this is a 50-point trade. There we go. Let's go. You see, patience always is rewarded. And it becomes more clear at some point, right? Just let it futz around. This was a manipulation move. Boom. Here we go. I hope. Okay, let's go. I think I'm going to take one down at 795. Maybe both of them actually, because why would I wait? Why would I take more? The weekly open and walk is exactly at that top of that MRP level. So I'll leave on one runner. But I think what will happen is I actually don't want that. That it's going to reject from here and then make this move up in the next model. But I think I just want to be out. So again, this is the trade then. I'm going to trail my stop, by the way. There we go. Oops. I'm already in profit. So even though it will stop me out, I'm in profit. Just go, 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 go. Okay. Choo, 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 choo. Be a little bit careful with trading too much because the macro is still starting, so we could have a little gap down, which I like to see, especially when it gets around 349, 350. I would prefer a little gap down, and then it continues higher. So that's what I expect to see now. I hope to see. $348. So I don't mind to see a little rejection here, at the beginning of the macro. That's okay. There we go. Now let's go up. Come on, give it to me. So this is a good trade. Technically, I will be done for the day, but this is my risk reward is lower. I entered here, and I'll go back to the 1 minute because then I can see. So I waited for this to go over this one here, and I just market ordered in 2 minutes. And I put my stop here. I'm trading my stop already. But 349, I'm okay if it goes down a little bit for the macro start. And then I want the rest of the macro to continue upwards. And then I am aiming for these. It's a 4, well no, I'm actually, this was my initial target, my TP1, but I'm going to just take it to the N walk and the weekly open. So I lowered it a little bit. Still 5R trade. No complaints there. This is a perfectly fine, this behavior. It can go down. And there we go. And then I want it to spike up. That would be a nice trade. Gosh, I'm getting hungry now. Okay, let's sit this. Let's sit this one out. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm going to trail my stop. Once we start running, I'm just going to trail it all the way up. Yeah, it's time to start trading a little bit more now. So whatever happens now, it won't be a losing trade, no matter what, even if it spikes down all the way. But we don't want that. We want the full move up, right? Come on. Where's my headphone hurting? $352. We want to see you run. Come on. Do it in this macro, please. Look at the 4-hour. We are above the, we have not gone over the open yet, but we're getting close. So if I'm stopped out, I will be stopped out in profit anyway, so I'm not really worried. But I just want this to run in the 350, 10, 10, 410 macro. There we go. Start running. This is my TP1 fair value gap, which is also in an old first presented. And yeah, let's take this one. We don't need this one. The trade is clear. I've got 2 minis on, and I got in here, and this one, in this fair value gap we got the distribution here. I just entered 2. Normally I would enter 1, and then on the retest I would enter 2, but this was I just wanted a better risk reward. So I could trail my stop faster. So now, I mean, I didn't wait for a breaker here, for example. I just went into here so that my stop was below here, and I'm already trailing now. So if I get stopped out, I'm already in profit. So that's the idea, because sometimes, like now again, we go into consolidation. Could all be possible, and it doesn't run this macro. And then, you know, you get stopped out and you give it another go with the next macro. And you still have some money made for the time that we're just sitting here. Not wasting our time completely, right? There we go. So TP1, actually I've changed my book. Well, I've won at 805. So I'm getting out here. So waiting for this run. Entered after this fair value got disrespected. Stop right here. TP. It's a 5R trade, guys. 5R. Let me go to the 5 minutes so you can see. It's actually 7R, I see. So I'm going to the 3 minute. Why? Because then I can see those other fair value gaps, those first presented, because I do believe we're going here. But I don't want to sit it out. I just want to take I'm going to take my profit here at weekly open, because it's an NWOG. Also my AMRP level doesn't go higher for this level, for this time slot. So I just want to get out. Otherwise it's going to go back, it's going to go into the range, and it might go later. So I just, after this trade, I mean, we're in it already since I was in it at 330-ish, was it 339-ish? So I'm done that. If I hit this level, then I made my money for this London session, and I just want to be over and done with. But then again, it could not run this macro because we have some old first fair value gaps. So, but it looks very, I mean, I'm very positive on this trade right now. But price has been fickle. It could still return into the range. We'll see. We still have 12 more minutes to go into this macro. And if anyone's new here, I already told my stop. If I get stopped out, it's fine because I got entered here. My stop is now at, it's my level 765. I've got my stop right over here now. So if I get stopped out, I'm in profit. But obviously I don't want to be stopped out. You get that, right? I mean, it's still okay. It's not a losing trade, but it's a bummer. You just want, I love distribution moves. Those are my go-to. So I would rather wait a bit longer and get the larger moves. And I'm expecting it to, I'm hoping it will happen in this macro. It's similar to yesterday's setup we had in the PM session, because you can see all this liquidity that's been created right here in Asia. This liquidity has been created just before midnight. So it's a market maker buy model right now. When the buy algo has been activated, it just sometimes stalls, and then we just have to wait for another macro. So let's see. And also this level, I've said that a few times as well. I'm looking at the 4-hour into this wick, which can be the rejection block for the short later on today, which I think I'm going to look for a short after after this move up or reassess. As you can see, we're moving up. There we go. Come on. I'm going to throw my stop a little bit higher now. So at some point, I really don't care if I'm stopped out in profit, but again, it's not what I want. I want it to go to this level here. 795 is my level, my target. There we go. Come to mommy. I'm on with 2 minis, by the way, if anyone's asking. There we go. So like I said, I do believe we go higher than this weekly open, but it's most likely it's going to reject there. And I just don't want to wait. I just do not want to wait for that one. It will be a fast and violent move, most likely. Okay, I'm going to throw a little bit more. Again, I won't be upset if I'm stopped out with all that wicking, but I do not prefer it. It will still be a bummer to me, guys. Don't worry about that. Not like I like it, but last week, my trades I got wicked out quite a bit because I trilled a little bit too fast. Yeah, let me just get one. Don't want to get stopped out on one. We know where it's going. We know what you're doing. Okay, there you go. Can you see? That's why I went back to the 1. So you see it's now reacting from a first presented fair value gap of yesterday's PM session. Give it a little bit more time to move further up. So that's why you see me go back and forth between those times, because you can see it clearly now right on the 1. It will help you understand why it's rejecting there, but the move is not finalized yet. It wants to go higher, but it will reject at that point. So sometimes in these macros at 4.4, 4.3ish, it could stop this macro here, and then it will run the next macro. or it just continues higher in this macro. It just retraces a little bit. Okay. I got stopped out in profit, so that was a $600 trade. That's fine. I guess the short is coming already. Okay, so again, use those first presented fair value gaps. You see how it's wicking? It's really okay. I'm gonna give it. That's fine. I've made my money for today. I'll be back in the afternoon session. I'm going to leave it at here. Yeah, keep an eye on that level. I do think we're not done yet with the move up. Or on the other hand, we just created another wick in the 4 hour. Is this enough for the move to go down? Yeah, well, we'll see. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Thank you for showing up and supporting. I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye.